Welcome to Speed Round Sunday on the Parenting Roundabout podcast, where we share a mini episode from our past for your weekend listening pleasure. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode.
When you have work people, work persons in your house, do you feel the obligation to keep up a conversation with them, or do you just let them work and figure they'll call for you when they need you? This came to mind because the utility company was doing some work on our street yesterday. They were tearing up the gas line and then putting a new gas line in, and this necessitated somebody coming into my house and turning off our gas and then coming back in and making sure, the house didn't explode or anything when the gas went back on. To check all the pilot lights, that they were all coming on and that everything was okay. Very, very personable young man came in, and I was chatting with him as he did all his different checks, followed him around my house. And, we conversed each time he came in. And then at that night, I was telling my husband how I had chatted with this guy, and I suddenly started to feel like, should I have just shut up? Was he annoyed that I was talking to him so much? My husband was kind of giving me a look like, oh yeah, I'll bet you did talk to that poor sucker. So it got me to thinking to ask you guys, when you have a working person in your home doing some work or checking something, are you very involved, or do you just flee and hope that they'll do their thing and get out? And does it depend on the amount of time? I mean, if somebody's in my house all day, I feel a little bit less needful to do that. And if somebody's in my house for a short time, I do follow them around. And I hope they don't think that I'm afraid they're going to steal something. I'm just really being friendly. So, Catherine, what do? Are you hands-on or hiding away?
Well, I think it depends on, like you said, it depends on the time, and it depends kind of on the situation. Like, where this gas guy, you didn't hire him, you don't know him, and he needed to be in multiple places, so
That's
I would
right.
definitely have stuck with him and followed him around, and as long as you're doing that, then you might as well talk to him. I mean, otherwise
Right.
That's weird.
That's true. I did have to show him where our many, many pilot lights were.
Yeah.
So.
But if it's, our plumber that we've worked with, I get the chatty ones that want to talk to me, whether or not I want to talk to them or not. Like the last time the plumber was here, he told me this whole long story about his stepson moving and how he had to rent a truck, and he hauled all of his furniture inside and put it on the truck, and then when he got to his new place, he hired movers. Can you believe that? And I'm like, oh wow, that's too bad. What am I supposed to say? So if it's somebody who's going to be there a while, and especially if it's somebody who I am fairly comfortable with because I've worked with them before, then I usually disappear. Yeah. But I try to type noisily so that they can find me. When they're done, I either say, "Well, I'll be right over here in the dining room," or I just type loud so that they can find me.
They can track you.
Yes.
How about you, Nicole?
Oh, it's so awkward, and it's funny because I actually canceled an appointment this week with an electrician for that reason. I didn't want to be having to socialize and be all fake nicey, and I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just was not in the mood to
you decided to just live with faulty wiring instead.
Yeah.
House fire, having to talk to somebody.
I'll reschedule when my husband's home because he doesn't mind chitty-chatting, whereas I just want to be left alone. So I can't, because actually in our house is a pretty open floor plan, so I can be in the living room and kind of our living room and kitchen and dining room is all kind of combined. So if anything's happening downstairs, I can be within range.
Yeah.
But I feel like I need to be somewhat there, but not really, because I don't want to look be like I'm hovering over them.
Yeah.
It's very awkward.
For sure.
It really is.